Hey everybody, you're watching CAD Roll Hunter, and today we're going to be hunting this $500 box of Canadian quarters. Coin roll hunting, of course, is getting lots of rolls from the bank and hunting them, looking for valuable treasure, or at least spots to fill holes in our collection. We've got a beautiful Lighthouse Canada album that we want to fill up with anything here. It's going to have to be some of the early stuff, silver stuff, because we've done really well with our album. But we're going to check these rolls out and see what we can find. Hey everybody, it's James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter. So $500 of Canadian quarters, that is 2,000 quarters. That's going to give us the opportunity to see if we can find something interesting, something that we don't have, or maybe something that is worth money, rare, valuable, silver, you name it. We are going to start with roll number one here, and I'm going to dump it out. Take a peek. If there's nothing in it, we'll move on. Otherwise, I'll bring you in and show you exactly what we found. We're in roll number 4 and we haven't found anything yet, but we have found just now a really nice 1982. Much better than we would normally find. It looks like it might have a little bit of the Ring of Death. Little bit of a nick or a scratch there, but I'll set it aside for now. It is pretty nice. We'll check it against the album and see if it might upgrade. Roll number 5, we're going to get our first colorized coin. It's going to be all scraped up, but it's a 2006 pink ribbon. So our first color coin for the board, and it only took us 6 rolls to get there. We're in the next roll, and it's actually roll number 6. So the last roll is roll number 5, and we got our first color. This time we're going to get our second. It's a pretty circulated, beat up 2004 color poppy. This is the first circulating commemorative colorized quarter in Canada. Roll number 9, and there is a nice looking coin here with that crowned portrait. The one we're always looking for with this obverse, of course, is the ultra low mint 1991. That was minted at just $459,000. We're going to have to flip this around to see what it is. And it's not, it's a 1995. I'll just set this aside and see if it might upgrade in our album. I feel like a couple of our 90s quarters might not be in the best of shape, but you never know. We're already in roll number 11, and we're actually finally going to get our third colorized quarter, and it's going to be a nice one. Check this one out here. I flip this over, and this is a 2008 Armistice. Very similar to the 2004, but it's got Canada on the obverse. Beautiful coin. This one's in great condition. Roll number 12, there is our first foreign coin. It's our first American 1987. It's not unusual for us to find lots of Americans here north of the border. Absolutely. We'll take it. We're in roll number 13, and we're going to get a low mint quarter here. This is a 2001, and the vast majority that were minted were made of multiply plated steel and had the P composition mark underneath the Queen's bust. This one here is made of nickel. It was a transition year, and it doesn't feature that P. That's a tough one to find. Just over 8 million minted. That is cool. Same roll, we're going to get a really nice looking Olympic commemorative. It's from 2008. There is the Olympic logo there from Vancouver 2010. And this one is the snowboarding. Same roll, and there's another nice one. It's not unusual to find a few in a row like this because somebody might have collected these when they first came out. They were highly collectible when the Olympics were approaching and may have actually just dumped them later. So you just never know. I see another, what do we got here? Well, that's a 2000 Harmony. That's one of the Millennium ones. So looks like someone is emptying out some of their collection in some of these rolls. I don't see any more right off the bat here, but I'm okay if we find them. So we're in roll number 14, and we've got an edge here that I think might be silver. In fact, we got a couple edges that are suspect. That one looks a little darker, but that one there has the white look of silver. We'll put that down, and you can see it stands right out. It is a 1968. This is probably going to be a 50% silver coin, but just to be sure, we're going to take the magnet, and it doesn't stick, and we got silver. This box was pretty slow. We weren't finding a whole lot necessarily, but silver in a roll makes the hunt completely worthwhile. And now, of course, we've got reason to be optimistic because we got a lot of rolls to go here, and we got silver in the box. Wicked. And I just remembered we had another edge here, and it's just going to be a dirty 1981, not silver or anything like that. There's a beauty right there. That's the 2017 Stanley Cup, featuring the trophy for the Stanley Cup champions from the National Hockey League. Awesome. Very next roll, and things are picking up already with colorized coins. We got another 2004. That is now our fourth colorized coin. Just as I was tidying up roll number 19, I almost missed a color. We got the Orca from 2011, the Legendary Nature Series. Roll 20, there's our first 1973. We'll just flip it over and see if it's the large bust. And it isn't. It's the small bust. There's lots of detail in the hair. That's one of the signs. Also, the beads aren't close up to the rim, and that's the other one that tells us we've got the common variety. Very last coin of that roll, another 1973. This one in much nicer condition. This one also the small bust, the common one. Roll number 25, we're at the halfway point, and here's one we don't often see in nice condition. That's a 1969, a little bit of a scratch on the caribou's neck, but in pretty nice, almost uncirculated condition. Sweet. And at the very end of that roll, only our second US quarter. It's a Denver minted. It is a Tuskegee Airman 2021. That is pretty awesome. Very next roll, roll number 26, we've got our third US. So I wonder if the trajectory of this box is going to change somewhat. It's actually a pretty nice looking 1994. Well, I guess I'll check that against my album. It looks pretty dandy. It's been a little while, but there is another colorized coin. This is from the War of 1812 series. That is Tecumseh. This one from 2012. A little bit of a ring of death on that, but it's more color for the board. Roll 28, there is a provincial commemorative. This is the 125th year of Confederation. They did 12 coins this year, one for each month, one for each of the 10 provinces, and one for each of the 2 territories. Of course, now we have 3 territories, and we have a coin for Nunavut as well. So there you have it, Alberta 1992. Here is a Millennium Quarter from 1999. This is November, and you'll want to look. If you have one of these in November or September, there is a rare error that you can find, and I have found not one but 2 on this very November coin. Put it in your hand like this and flip it over, and you want to look below the queen. And if you don't see the word 25 cents, you have a valuable mule error. It could be worth $150 even, and that's because they used the wrong obverse design that omitted 25 cents. That means because it doesn't say 25 cents on this side, the coin itself doesn't have a denomination. These were originally in mint sets, the ones that have this error, but some of those can make their way into circulation. So you'll want to check every November and every September 1999 you have to see if it has 25 cents or not. Roll number 37, and we are going to get our second colorized pink ribbon. That is color number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're not doing too badly. I average about 17 or 18 for a box, so we're not quite on pace for that, and we had a pretty cold start, but you never know what's going to happen. The back end of a box is going to heat up or not. Well, it looks like this roll is going to heat it up all on its own. There is another 2004. Very next roll, there is colorized coin number 10. It's another pink ribbon, quite a lovely one at that. Roll 44, and it looks pretty rough, but it's one more colorized quarter for the board. Roll 49 is going to give us our 6th 2004 colorized. Pretty pale color on there, but it counts. We got one more roll to go for glory. Let's see if we can find some goodies in there. So nothing in that last roll. We weren't overwhelmed with finds, but we didn't do too badly. We found 4 US quarters. Maybe one might be a candidate for upgrading my own personal collection. We got 12 colorized quarters, including 6 of the 2004. They are the most plentiful. We got a few of the 2006, and they're pretty even. Like, we might find a lot of these two more so than any other ones. We got a really beautiful 2008 there. We got the Orca, and we got a Tecumseh. We got a whole bunch of quarters with the caribou on it from the 60s. There's a beautiful 1969 into the 80s and then some nice ones from the 90s, and I picked out one gorgeous 2024 just in case the one I already had wasn't perfect. I'll check all of these against our Lighthouse Vista Canada album. And some commemoratives too. We got a 1973, that was better than average. A good provincial there, a couple of millenniums and some Olympic ones. And of course we found a low mintage 2001 without the P composition mark. So this is made of nickel. But our best find is probably this 1968. We love finding silver. We love hearing the sound of silver. That's a great ring to it. So that's really cool. Of course, we want to check any of these here against that Lighthouse Vista Canada album. We are sitting right now at 150 of 173 spots, 7 of the 17 silver. So there's lots of opportunity for us to do well with silver, but we already have the 1968 silver, so that's not going to fill a spot for us. We'll check all of these and I'll let you know if any of them upgraded. Okay, well, we didn't fill any spots in the album, but we actually upgraded 4. We upgraded the 1969, we upgraded the 1994 and 1995. I kind of thought our 90s ones weren't the best. Turned out I was right. And we also upgraded the 2024. The one that was on the album just had slight wear on it. It wasn't perfect. It was probably good at the time, but that's the beauty of coin roll hunting and collecting, is that you hold on to the one that is the best for now, and if you find an upgrade, you replace it. And this one, it's just going back in a roll, back to the bank. Maybe I can replace it with a silver quarter. You never know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quarter roll hunt and album fill. I always enjoy sharing these hunts with you guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. And give the video a like, a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that too. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.